So just to give you a brief overview of what Crestron does as a company, we are a company that makes automation, control systems, we do video distribution, and we do UC as well. We have part of our business in residential over this side and the other part in commercial, as you'll see through here. And obviously we have a lot of products, so if you do have a chance to come back and dig deeper into any of these, we have people stationed here more than happy to take you through those. But to give a brief overview, we center around three core pillars in commercial, being content, collaboration, and control. When we look at spaces where this industry's technology goes to, we believe that those three elements are needed in most of those spaces. When we talk about content, it's all about just getting the information we take to work and we learn within education facilities and getting it to any display. So we do that with a number of technologies. Our AV over IP product, as you can see around here, we have some point-to-point solutions just behind me, and we have some wireless presentation solutions just further down the back there. But really the goal is any content from any source to any display in the facility. And that could be in the room or even beyond the room, to adjacent rooms, to digital signage, to across the other side of the globe. When we talk about collaboration, it's obviously about integrating with services like Teams rooms and Zoom rooms to make sure the remote and hybrid meetings can take place as people do return to office, but also in-person collaboration. It's really important at Crestron that at the end of the day, when people come together, they are collaborating in person. There may not be a hybrid element to it, they're just meeting. And they want to share information, they want to see people's faces, and they want to be heard. In conjunction with doing the Teams rooms and Zoom rooms with our Crestron Flex lineup, we do have two other concepts we call intelligent audio and intelligent video. Intelligent video is about a range of camera technologies that we put into a bunch of our different products, and they're technologies like group framing, speaker tracking, and presenter tracking, right? Technologies that people want in meeting rooms. We call those foundational technologies, and then we overlay that with some Crestron specialties that we call intelligent switching, which is switching between multiple cameras in a space. We do that up to 12 cameras and anywhere as low as 2. We also do what we call visual AI, which is putting AI processing and AI vision processing over those camera feeds. We use things in that for things like auto framing, picking the direction where people are looking, so we again are capturing the best view of anyone in the room as they are talking. And then also doing composition. So putting those multiple camera feeds in different compositions on the screen with other content. So again, that far end experience or even the in-room experience with iMag is the best experience we can deliver as people meet and gather. When we talk intelligent audio, it's all about capturing the audio that's spoken in the room. Obviously, it's really good to be heard when you speak and make sure that you can hear everyone else when they speak. But the other aspect is bringing an AI story into that as well. In meeting spaces today, the audio that is spoken gets fed into AI services like Copilot, Zoom AI Companion, and the clearer that is, the better that AI experience is going to be. As we're getting meeting transcripts, as we're forming to-do lists from those meetings and action items, and even right through to translations, whether they be translating a transcript that has to be accurate in the first place, or they're doing live translations like Microsoft is doing very soon on their platform. And then mixing all of that in with a little bit of the vision aspect for doing things like the Zoom smart tags and the IntelliFrame naming of people in the room as well. All of that is driven by that audio experience. So that's collaboration. And then finally, control. Crestron's been a control company for 50 years. We've been doing it for a long time. But control for us really boils down to two main aspects. One is things that should just happen in the room because you did an action. You walked in the room, you probably want the lights to turn on. You plugged in a laptop, you probably want your content on the screen. We automate a lot of functions that should just work, so the room's working for you. When technology gets more complex and we add more boxes to the room, we don't expect people that are in those rooms to be technology experts, right? When a teacher goes in to teach, they don't want to be a Crestron expert, they want to teach, right? So we always want to make sure that whilst we automate the experiences, we also deliver user interfaces on our touch panels that anyone can use at any level. We do that through a number of different touch panel sizes and formats. As I said, it can be automated, but often we need to put that on glass as well. And we always like to say that the technology in this space should never hinder the experience, it should enhance the experience. If it's hindering, we've failed as a company. Industry probably hasn't done a great job either, and we want to make sure that as you walk in that room, the technology is not getting in the way. You're just saying it was so good to use that flipped learning environment because I got to teach students in this way. So those three elements, content, collaboration, control, that's how we try to wrap up everything Crestron does. And as I said, if you want to come back and see any of this after you've done this great tour, feel free to.
Well, welcome to Epson. My name's Joey, I'm the product manager for high brightness projectors here at Epson in Europe. Thanks for coming. So, the basic concept of what we're showing at ISE this year is about projecting onto any surface. So basically every single installation we have here is a little bit unconventional. But really the aim of what we try to do as Epson is to make sure we can capture the audience attention and retain attention as much as possible, whether that be in visitor attraction spaces, corporate environments, or I think probably relevant to you guys is in education spaces. So we've got a number of different solutions that we're demonstrating. It could be as simple as just a high brightness projector with Full HD or even 4K resolution projecting onto big auditorium spaces, that kind of thing. But we're also experimenting with different types of solutions. So here we have a new concept called the Immersive Pro Wall. And this is an immersive presentation solution. It could be used for something as simple as just visualization and looking at like designs and this kind of thing. Or it can be a presentation space to really make presentations more immersive and more engaging. You can't see it from here, but behind on the wall, behind this curved screen, we have a mobile cart solution as well. So this is an integrated projector into a mobile solution which can be moved around different environments. So you can move it from room to room, you can have it in huddle spaces, but you can project really large, like 160-inch images in all sorts of spaces. So it's taking that same concept of projection anywhere, any size, anytime, into a mobile solution. So we've got some great products. One of our key markets is the education space, and we're doing a lot there, not just in classrooms, but even in the higher brightness segment.
A lot of what you guys do is in education. You guys just came out with 12 new PowerLight L projectors the other day.
Yes,
if you want to talk about those a little bit, because a lot of those are for the education space as well.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we've just launched a new range of fixed lens products. So these are really like cost-effective installation projectors. We've increased the brightness of the range now to 8,000 lumens in a really compact form factor. And we've also introduced two new short throw models. So, you know, where space is tight or you want to just minimize shadowing, we've got solutions for that. So these are a really cost-effective way to have really bright, vibrant images in a range of different room sizes. It could be like seminar rooms or even auditoriums. It's a great cost-effective solution for that.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. My name is Tyler Troutman with Sure's Strategic Market Development Team here at ISE 2025. I'm excited to walk you through the booth a little bit. I definitely want to tell you about our new IntelliMix Room kits, which is our first Microsoft Teams Room kit, currently undergoing certification with Microsoft. But it really does combine the best of all worlds. You get fantastic audio, obviously paired with your Microsoft Teams Room, and then Hudley optic system. So if we kind of walk in a little bit, we can take a look at that if you'd like to.
Very cool. Yeah.
Perfect. At the heart of the system, you can see up at the top is our MXA 902. This is our all-in-one microphone array with speaker built in. And the reason this is the heart of the system, it's all about simplicity. It's a single device to be able to bring equitable audio pickup in the room, right? We here think that getting the microphones out and over the participants means we can pick up everybody evenly, because we want to make sure audio pickup is great in the room, not just for our hybrid coworkers, people who are working remotely and need to listen in on these meetings and collaborate with people in the room, but there's also someone else who's in the room, right? It's our new AI tools. It's tools like Copilot that need to listen to these calls and then be able to transcribe everything for after meeting notes. And so making sure that the audio is crystal clear has become more important than ever. So with this is all driven by our Shure IntelliMix Room kit, the CPU we call the Foundation Kit. This is super fascinating. It's not only running the Microsoft Teams Room software, it's also running our software-based DSP. And this allows us to bring all this audio into the computer, but we also get to do one more thing with it that's really, really cool, which is we can automate the setup of everything, right? So out of the box, you pull the compute out, your camera out, you get the microphone installed, and we include all of the accessories. You plug everything into the network switch, and then as it boots up, it finds all those devices, automatically routes everything, configures the microphone, sets up all the coverage for you, so by the time you enter the credentials to log into that Teams room, all the setup is done. So you can log in and start your call and end up with that fantastic audio. Now we have 4 different size kits for this, ranging from small rooms, which is our kit 30, and that includes the little Hudley IQ camera, because those small huddle spaces the table might be against the wall, so we're going to want that wider coverage. And then as we move up to our kit 50, we're at the L1 camera because the table might be further away. We need those optics to reach a little bit further. The kit 70, we keep the L1 camera and we go to 2 902s because the room has probably gotten longer and we want to bring that coverage over the table. And then our largest kit, the kit 80, is for reconfigurable spaces, training rooms, and that bumps us up to 2 902s and then the Hudley Crew system because we might want to be doing some of that AI camera tracking that Hudley is well known for. So once again, a complete solution. All 4 of those kits, as we scale up in size, the simplicity never goes anywhere. It is still a complete plug and play, out of the box. You get everything from one vendor. And so we really like to drive the simplicity of all of that.
Well, Tim and I were also talking about your brand new Microflex line of passive loudspeakers.
Oh, yes,
you guys
absolutely.
just came out with those the other day. Would you like to talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, sure. We have some of them hanging all around the booth. We can see the mini pendants up here. We've got the full-size pendants. We have 4 different sizes for this. And this is, Shure has been very, very surgical about how we approach the conferencing space, right? We didn't want to come out with 100 speakers. We know our strength lies in the conference room. And so these speakers, once again, tailored to different conferencing spaces. So the mini pendant, really great in open architecture spaces, maybe wood slat ceilings. We can actually get our speaker placed where we want it to in the room. Maybe these architectural things we need to work around. Fantastic. The MXP3, which is our surface mount speaker, the best thing about that is it mounts in under 2.5 inches, which means we can mount it right next to the display, meet any sort of ADA requirements you might have, which opens up like team specialty rooms, right? Where we might want to do spatial audio and keep those speakers right next to the display instead of very high up on the wall. And then we have our standard MXP5, which is our ceiling recessed speaker, and the MXP6, which is a standard pendant speaker. The really cool thing is this all pairs with our new MXN amplifier. It's our Dante PoE powered amplifier. And off of that one amplifier, we can drive 8 of those ceiling recessed speakers. So we can power very large spaces. And once again, with the simplicity that we're trying to bring to the entire signal chain, you can add an MXA 920 ceiling array and maybe a P300 or IntelliMix Room software DSP. Our amplifier, drop those 3 things into our software, click one button, we do all the Dante routes, we change all the EQs, we get everything set up for the end user. So maybe you want to deploy very simple rooms that we can get up and going fast, and that's fantastic, but maybe you have a specialty space where it's like, okay, we have a custom thing that we need to do here, but we want to maintain that simplicity. We can scale with however many rooms you might have, however difficult they might get, and still just drive it down to pretty much one click to be able to set up any of those spaces.
Hi everyone and welcome to the Sony booth at ISE 2025. So at the heart of our booth this year and at the heart of Sony's kind of sustainability policy, we have in the middle of our booth our sustainability tree, which really kind of we look to resemble one of our core focuses, which is very much about sustainability within the AV industry. Sustainability is nothing new to Sony. We've been doing it for many years now, since 1976, which is when we started implementing some of our key strategies around sustainability and how as a company and as an organization we can be more effective and help the planet with what we're doing within an AV industry and with our technology. Over this side, the booth this year, we've segmented it into some of our key verticals. So this year we've got our retail, corporate, education and virtual production focuses. Behind me here we have our retail area. So last year we launched our innovative new BZ40L series displays with the deep black non-glare technology. The deep black non-glare technology is a special coating on those displays which help boost the anti-reflectiveness of those displays. So particularly important for retail environments where sometimes they're going in storefronts, you've got a lot of ambient light going in there, direct sunlight. And what we want to make sure is that obviously with the displays, there's no compromise on image quality. Image quality for Sony is paramount and it's what we strive to achieve, best-in-class image for our customers. So here what we're showcasing is a number of our BZ40L displays and our BZ53L in the 98-inch in a kind of typical retail environment where you've got a number of screens in different orientations with a mix of that content coming to really kind of wow those customers and create that impactful engagement with their end users. You'll see on the screens, even off angle here, we've got still a phenomenal image picture quality. There's no compromise on that picture because obviously a lot of the time you're expecting to look straight on, but actually when you're walking past something catches your attention, you want to ensure that you've got that real color accuracy, picture accuracy from that whole kind of 180 degrees. We're also, one of the key things we're showing on our booth this year is a lot of our partnerships. So as a brand, we are increasing the number of partnerships, CMS partners, RMS partners that we're working with. The reason behind that is that we respect that a lot of our our integrators, our end users, have existing relationships with a number of CMS, RMS partners. They're very familiar with that technology, they're comfortable with how that works, so what we wanted to do is make sure that we are working with them to provide them with a seamless technology experience when they're using our displays. So across the booth, we've got a number of our different partners that we're showcasing the signage on. On the retail wall here, we're using a Grassfish CMS, which is displaying that content. And on the right-hand side here, we're actually showcasing an installation we did with Stella McCartney. So Stella McCartney, we started working with them as a brand last year for her Paris Fashion Week, where we showcased around 50 displays with the VZ40L with that deep black non-glare in Parc André Citroën in the center of Paris. So as you can imagine, kind of a greenhouse environment, very, very challenging for kind of display technologies to, again, show that high value or high-end picture quality, which she would expect as a brand. But also, to her, sustainability is a very, very key thing. And her, as a Stella McCartney as a brand, their initiatives that they're doing within the fashion industry she's the prominent designer that's doing all of that. And one of the reasons she chose us not only was because of our sustainability policies, but was also, of course, a brand that resembles well with her in terms of the quality and that high-end fashion that you'd expect. And off the back of that, what we've done is we've done a global rollout within her stores where we've replicated what we did in that fashion week in those storefronts to really kind of showcase best-in-class products, but also their sustainability manifesto, which you're seeing on the screen there. Similar to us, they've been doing sustainability for many years now, and again wanted to make sure that they're really pushing that messaging to their end users. And what we're seeing as well, there's a lot of talk about sustainability here at the show this year again. But what's key behind that is no one brand, no one manufacturer vendor can make the difference. It's very much about working together for that. So where we've partnered with Stella McCartney on that is just a perfect example of how two large corporations can come together to really drive that messaging forward and bring that more to the forefront to bring that end user experience. There's a number of other things that we're showing on the booth, especially another buzzword being AI. We've got our Atrius camera, which is our AI tracking camera. Again, that's typical for kind of those retail applications where you want to monitor what your audiences are doing in store so that you can optimize those store layouts, the content that you're showing in for those audiences. We all know retail has been a very challenging market over the last few years, particularly with the growth of online sales during the COVID era, but the focus is very much now about getting those getting people back in store and creating the most engaging in-store experiences for them. And with that, we're giving them the opportunity, retailers, the opportunity to have real-time data and insights about how their customers are engaging in store so that they can make more informed decisions going forward to dedicate their content, product placement, to give their customers best-in-class experience. And all of that is done with Sony. Again, one of our key pillars is our imaging technology. Working with that with the displays themselves, we're able to create a kind of a portfolio experience there. So whereas with many other kind of in-store data tracking companies, the way that's done is visually. So they're taking real-time images, sending that back through the cloud to a data center where that's then being analyzed and that data sent back. What we're able to do with the camera is actually with the chipset in that camera, it's doing all of that processing in real time. It's therefore then only sending the metadata back to the cloud, so it's much more efficient, much less bandwidth needed for that memory, much less processing, so that it's able to provide quicker insights, and also from a data security perspective, because it's only the metadata, there's no images being shared, there's no risk of any issues there with data privacy, so it gives consumers a lot more confidence that what they're doing is very sustainable. If you've got a chance to have a look around, we're showcasing our displays across the booth. We've also got some of our industry-leading LED solutions, our crystal LED display, a mix of the CH series, which is typically used for vehicle design, but we're also showcasing our very innovative virtual production solution. Obviously, Sony is a brand, we're very lucky that we touch across a number of different sectors. We're at the heart a creative technology and entertainment company, and what we like to say is we've got that kind of end-to-end, so many names for it, lens to living room, camera to couch, glass to glass, where Sony is at the heart of not only creating that content, but right the way through that content journey through gradation on our BVM monitors, capturing it actually on those Venice cameras, to then watching it and consuming it on your Bravia displays at home or your home cinema projectors. So we have the experience right the way through that journey. We're understanding how that content should be created, then processed and displayed, so that you're getting that really kind of best-in-class imaging experience for your customers.
Well, thank you very much for taking time to come and see us and giving the opportunity to show our DB3 Talk, which is our latest product that we are showing here at the exhibition. So now it's fully out. We have a camera that disappears when you don't need it. We have the cable and we have the microphone. So we're actually going a bit backwards. But the whole idea in our company is to bring the AV equipment closer to the user, because that way we treat everybody around the table the same way. The material doesn't have to be specific designed and prepared for a large-scale video wall, which almost never happens. So here, everybody have their own display. If there's something they cannot see, the only thing they have to do is move their heads, and then you have focus on it. So that's a big advantage. But it also comes down to when you don't need the equipment anymore, it disappears. So here, we retract the cable. So you can pick and choose. You don't have to have it all, depending on your purpose. You can start with the monitor with a touchscreen and nothing else, and then you can start adding, or you can add on to it. But again, when we communicate, one thing is the voice, but another thing is our body language. And a screen like this, you can raise and lower it. So if you really want to make sure that you communicate well, you lower it so much that you can see more of your body. We don't make the screen so big that people can hide behind them. Then we add the gooseneck microphone as well. I know there's a lot of technologies out on the market, but still, gooseneck microphone, nobody really likes them except from the acoustical part where they're great. That one will retract as well. You see it turns away from the screen and it goes down, so we make sure it doesn't rub against the screen and create any damage. I'll now tell the screen to go down, and what you will see is that the camera will hide inside, and then the screen will go down and the hatch will close. And we do this in different sizes. So we do it in 17 inches up to 24. We do it in full HD and with different types of cameras. The only camera that hides like this one is the USB camera. We have HD SDI camera. That doesn't hide, that is always visible. Another small trick that we have is that the main part of our product, the table manufacturer can continue with the same material on top of the hatches. That means that you hardly see anything when it's in the table itself. And that will be the finishing of it. So, a short introduction of that product. It has all the bells and whistles in form of communication, different inputs, remotely controllable. So I don't think we are missing out on anything there.
Hello and good morning to all of you. Well, this is a SpaceD. SpaceD is a platform, space management platform. What we do is to understand patterns and behaviors inside of buildings. We serve different verticals and locations, like, for example, education or real corporate estates. What we see here is our platform that goes in the journey from passive, active, and interactive in the way of how the users interact with spaces, right? So it could be only collecting data through sensors where the users are not having indeed a role, so the sensors are collecting all those data. Then when the users are indeed interacting with the building or actively saying something with the building. And the last part of that is the interactive, where the user can open doors, for example, with just one application, and open lockers, share the lockers, share digital keys, book spaces, and all of that, let's say, you can see that in the whole portfolio of SpaceD. So what makes SpaceD special in all this? First of all, is all the kind of integrations that we have done, knowing that we are not alone in this game. So we are capable to integrate with your existing infrastructure of software or hardware. We can integrate that, so we are agnostic in that way. We also have our line of sensors that for the customers who prefer, let's say, an all-in solution, it's available for that. It's wireless, it's beautiful, it's a nice design. And for this, for example, we're collecting information about occupancy and environmental inside of buildings. So the last part of that is we create with all this a large amount of data, which is, let's say, very robust in terms of that. And we have designed a part on the AI module, so people can just sit down and ask the system the specific questions that you might have. We also have a dashboard, let's say, more for IT, and we can send the data for your IT department to be analyzed. But the best part of this is that you can just ask simple questions to the system, like where can I have my savings, which kind of spaces could be, let's say, used in a different way, what are the kilowatts or the energy strategies that we can implement in the building, how we can provide a better experience to our end users. So what it does, the system typically, you get all the, if your company has either an ESG agenda or you want to start implementing that, this kind of tool is giving you all those graphics and analytics that your company might need, right? Whether you are really in the beginning of that or you are aiming for that, this tool is providing basically the knowledge that sometimes is hidden in that. Last piece of that is, of course, all this information can be consumed here in our platform, or it could be shared, let's say, to your systems that you are already working with. So it's not mandatory that you only work with our platform for this. We can also send that information to the systems that you are already working. So right now the system is analyzing the CO2 levels in the building and is giving, first of all, like the facts, like what has happened, and secondly is giving you some suggestions that you can have. Here, for example, you can spot whether your air conditioning is functioning, whether you need more ventilation, whether probably you need to talk to your HVAC partners to make it better.
What we're introducing is what we call a REAX room, which is comprised of the RXT-4D and the RXT4DV.
Oh yeah, and y'all feel free to get up and get close to it to check it out.
The concept behind this is each person gets their own panel. And not only do they get their own control, but it's a beamforming Dante AES67 microphone that is capturing your voice. So it's a gooseneck without a gooseneck. And then they all have a speaker built into it. You could do full room automation. So you can control the room. You can also vote with it if you'd like to. So it does voting. You could raise your hand and tell all the other panels, Paul Harris has the floor next if you'd like. You can control your microphones as well. You could do seat mapping locations, so you could tell where people sit. So when you walk into the room, you could prearrange where people are sitting, which is important, and also take care of and address it when you want to raise your hand. Instead of raising your hand, you push a button, it tells everybody you get the floor next. This is scalable from 1 unit to thousands of units. It's only limited by the DSP and the network switch. But the nice thing about it is you are creating a speaker array as well as a microphone array that is expandable. So instead of raising the volume, you're lowering the volume to make better intelligibility and better privacy as far as any bleed over outside the room itself. So it solves that problem as well. So everybody gets an equal voice. So to show you also, we can even do things like camera control. Yes, this will play video also. There's pretty much nothing this thing can do. If you're a techno geeky, this little tiny thing has a 6-core processor in it with 8 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of flash with an 800 megahertz audio DSP and a 4-top NPU. If you don't know what it means, it just means it sounds really cool. So that's all that matters. And then if you want to hear what the audio sounds like, because I love doing this, it's obnoxious, you would never play it this loud, but it just sounds kind of cool. But
modern
that's coming out of all this.
Began in 1950 when E.S. Bridham combined a telephone receiver and a phonograph.
If you want more bass, we have a bass speaker add-on that you mount under the table, so it's designed to be hidden. But a lot of the audio you're hearing with the mids and the highs are actually coming from here. Also, because it's a speaker and a microphone, it becomes a mix-minus system, for those of you familiar with that, which means my voice can carry far away to another location and vice versa, making a voice lift that's natural across the entire floor. And then, since I love to play the music part, and we gotta do this.
Gotta get your heart pumping.
Come on, come on. See, she's got it going on there, see? So yeah, it can pack a punch, as you can see. So I like to do that because I like to show that it sounds better than a sound bar, but it's more scalable and more even. But like I said, in reality, you're playing it no different than your voice as if you were going to talk at a regular level. And that's our RXT4D. We also have a wireless that will transmit through our team stream. So not only can we do it wired, we can do it wirelessly. And that's where the video version comes into play, is everybody can plug their own laptop. So instead of sharing that one cable, everybody can plug it in here. It can also charge it up to 100 watts, their laptop, to keep it charged. and then you can seamlessly switch to anywhere in the room with our AV over IP solutions. It becomes part of the wall plates, the box versions, all that stuff. So you get that as well with it. And then you could even do the bring your own device with the wireless click style that will also do it with almost no latency. So for those of you who see that drag where you see the image fall, no, it stays up with it even on the wireless. So this is the Reax room. If you want more information, auroramm.com. And thank you all so much for coming here and giving me the time.
Welcome everybody to the Logitech booth. My name is Jackie Franklin. I'm head of global events. We're so excited to be showcasing all of our solutions today. But there's a few that I definitely want to point out to you, the real stars of the show, some of our brand new products. One of them is our Rally Board 65. If you follow me, we can go over and see it. So this is our Rally Board 65. This is our all-in-one video conferencing solution. As you can see, it is a display screen with a video camera on a movable cart. Right now we're demonstrating it so it's at perfect eye level if you were sitting down at a normal table. And it also has a whiteboarding capability. But if we want to go ahead and bring the camera back up to the top of the screen, we can do it with a simple flip. There's a lever here. I need 2 hands to do it. And now if you follow me over here, we can see that the camera is on the top of the booth, or on top of the whiteboard. It's a touch display, so really it's very easy to outfit any space to bring in video conferencing. As you can see now, we have the top of the display camera, so it's perfect for your high eye level if you're standing in a more collaborative area. All right, you ready to move on to the next feature? You can follow me. The next product I'm excited to show you is our Logitech Spot, and this is a new product for us. What it is it's a sensor. It's a modern day sensor that's going to sense the occupancy of any room, but also environmental data like the temperature or CO2 levels. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it off a wall real quick so we don't all have to go into this room. Just one moment. So this is what Logitech Spot looks like. There is a mount on the wall, but as you can see, it's really easy to take out and move from room to room. So again, what it's doing is it's utilizing different sensors to see how many people are in a space. It helps to auto-release rooms if there's nobody utilizing it so that other people can, and also wonderful health data. So we can sensor temperature, CO2 levels, any kind of excess particles. So it really has a multitude of features. And one last spot, if you follow me. All right, what I am demonstrating here is Logitech View, and this is a feature that we have for all of our services clients. What it does is it's a room mapping service. So we have any type of touch display, and Logitech View runs on our roommate. And what it does is it shows us different spots in our booth, so we're utilizing this like we would an office. We can see what is not available. So as you can tell, there was a lot of people in that room, so Spot knows that it's definitely occupied, so we know that that room's not available. However, we do know that our EDU space and our services space has free occupancy, so you can go to those meeting rooms or those demonstration areas and look at this Logitech View map at any type of place within your office to see what space is still open and if you can book them. All right, and that's what I wanted to show you today. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon everybody. Hi, welcome to the Lenovo booth at ISE. Thank you all for taking time to come and see us. My name is Sean Langley. I'm part of the worldwide technical consultancy team for the ThinkSmart brand. So that's all of our collaboration meeting room products, whether it's Teams rooms, Zoom rooms, Google Meet, or any other platform we do. Today specifically, I'm going to talk about our new ThinkSmart dock. So if you're looking for a simple, low cost, bring your own meeting, bring your own device solution where you simply walk into the meeting room, plug a cable into your laptop and present on screen, then look no further. Please walk this way, everyone. Sorry, it's rather busy here today, as it has been all week, but that's good. So hopefully everyone, you can hear me and see me clearly. So this is its official name. Is the ThinkPad Universal USB-C Smart Dock ThinkSmart Edition, as in the brand. but I'm just going to call it the Think Smart Dock because that's a bit easier. But the whole idea, we have a nice mock-up of a meeting room here, and we have a bar 180, and we have one of our new E-Series Think Vision LCD displays. This is 65-inch. The simple connection is just a USB-C cable that's included in the package, and this is our Smart Dock. Now, we call it the Think Smart Edition because we've added some features to it because it's going to live in a meeting room. So we have a cable management system on the back. So your displays, your USB peripherals, your network, the power connects in nicely, and it can be secured down and can't be taken. Also, it comes with a mounting system. So this will sit on a mounting tray, and then the power supply will sit beside it, and you can mount it beneath the table, behind a screen, or somewhere where it cannot be seen. And then simply users will walk into the meeting room, single USB-C cable. This is where I hope it works. I'm sure it will do because I have great confidence. The light will indicate, and now the laptop will output to the screen, and then we'll be able to take control of the peripherals that are connected to it. There we go, right on time. Now, down the cable, you will get charging of your laptop up to 60 watts. It can also output to more than one display. And of course, you can use any audiovisual peripherals that are inside the meeting room at any one time. Not only that, if you choose to do so, you can monitor the dock using the Lenovo Smart Dock console for free. So you can see when the dock is in use. You can get analytics about how it's being used. You can update the firmware, and you can power cycle the device. So when you have many meeting rooms with lots of docking stations, any administrators can have visibility of what's happening there. Simple to use, this is free of charge, no problem at all. Coming soon, you'll be able to monitor and manage this in the Teams Pro portal as well as a bring your own meeting room. So a very simple setup, and then you can get analytics on how that room is being used at any one time. If you'd like to know any more about any of the products on our booth today, we have QR codes located next to all of the products. We have all of our room systems around there, Google Meet, Zoom rooms, Teams rooms, and of course for any questions, please feel free to reach out with anyone who's wearing the nice Lenovo red gilets we have here, and we'd be happy to help. Thanks all for your time today. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and nice to meet you all.
And come a little bit closer, please, otherwise you're not able to see what we're doing. We're a smart workplace provider, so we have our solutions integrated in Microsoft Outlook, in Microsoft Teams, in Places, and we provide tools to make the office experience for the employees way, way better than it is today. The benefit from that is on the back end, you will retrieve all this occupancy data. And the thing is that facility managers or real estate managers love to have data about the usage of the building, because then they can maintain a very good office experience and keep people happy at their work. So what we're releasing now on this ISE edition is the advanced analytics module. And that means that you can make all these pie charts or bars around, sorry, I'm right-handed, about all the occupancy, of course. And well, I cannot show you everything now, so if you're interested, please come back. But the funny thing is that we have now deeper layers. We can see what kind of meeting rooms people prefer, what kind of equipment should be in there, who's using it, what are the amount of the groups. That all kinds of stuff is coming up. And the second layer is behavior of people. So how are people booking? Do they use Teams? Do they use Outlook or the native app? So what's their preferred way of behavior? What teams are coming in on what particular day? So if all teams come in only on Tuesday, yeah, now you can sit down and say, okay, let's see the charts. How can we shift one another to an equal week or the uneven week to make sure that the building is covered during the week? And the third layer is predictions. So with the coming of AI, the data reports will predict to you what the behavior will be in the building. So for example, on Wednesday and Friday you can close down 2 stories because there will be nobody. So you save on cleaning costs, on electricity and all kinds of stuff. And it also counts for your app. If you wake up on Tuesday, the app will say, hey, you've been the last 3 days, you've been to the office, you booked a particular desk in a meeting room, shall I book it for you again? Yes, please do. And then the app will make sure that it's done. So this is our workspace, this is what we do. We have a very well program for resellers. If they say, well, we want to sell this stuff to our customers, then you're more than welcome to be one of our resellers. And if you're interested for your own office, then yeah, we'll be here today and tomorrow. So please come back and see what we can do for you.